The time is just gone 8:35 a.m. right here on Salam Media this morning, and as in the past, we have focused on the inquest of the late Imam Abdullah Harun rahimahumullah, Ahmad Timol rahimahumullah, and yesterday we learned about Dr. Hoosen Haffejee rahimahumullah, the inquest into his death, and what we have learned from the Pietermaritzburg High Court, that the August 1977 death of Dr. Dr. Haffejee is comes as a result of a contradiction to the initial inquest that was held in this regard. In fact, the court had actually ruled that he had died a torturous death when he was found hanging in his cell at the Brighton police station on the 3rd of August 1977. And we are now joined by none other than the sister, Sarah Haffejee, of Dr. Hoosen Haffejee. Appa Sarah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome. Jazakallah khairan so much for your time with us this morning right here on Salam Media.
Walaikum salam. It's a pleasure.
Yes, obviously for you personally as a sister, for the rest of the family, this decision by the Pietermaritzburg High Court is welcome. But it has taken 46 years, and I'm sure these 46 years have not been easy for you and the family.
No, it was very difficult.
Yes. What did the family actually go through, knowing that what had actually happened to your brother, and contrary to what the court had actually found? Just take us through some of the challenges that the family had suffered in the last 46 years, Apasara.
It was very sad to see my dad and my mom and my brother trying to look for justice, and he sacrificed his whole life. My parents were never the same again. My mother aged overnight, you could say, and
No, I can understand. I can understand, Appa. I can understand. I can understand the emotions, because at the end of the day, obviously, it is a family. But before, I want to just talk about how the family has welcomed this decision. Just take us through your brother, his life, what kind of person he was, and obviously, he's made a huge contribution. He struggled as well against an apartheid government. Just take us through your brother, his life, and the type of person he was.
he was a most jovial person, very friendly, always happy, very active, and from day one, we knew that he could never have killed himself. And I'm so happy now that it's official.
Well, definitely. And, as you mentioned, it hasn't been easy for the family. And you always, I suppose, firmly believed in your heart that the story that went out that he had hung himself at the police station, you never ever would have believed it. And I'm sure the rest of the family didn't believe it as well.
No, we didn't. We knew from day one he could never do a thing like that. I'm just happy that now it's out officially that he was murdered and he did not
Yes.
commit suicide.
Yes, in fact, this is exactly what we found when we covered the inquest on Imam Abdullah Harun and also Ahmad Timol as well, where the police had claimed that he had jumped to his death in Johannesburg at the police station. Again, saying that he had basically committed suicide by jumping. And this seemed to be the excuse given all the time. And we know that, as Muslims, we know what the situation is. We know what a grave crime it is to hang yourself or to commit suicide. And I'm sure, looking at your brother, looking at his life, he would never, ever even have thought about doing something like this.
No, definitely, he would never. We don't believe that. From day one, we didn't believe it. And I'm so happy at last we got closure. And I hope the other families also get closure who didn't get the opportunity.
Yes, it's so important that you're saying, Appa, that closure, because this is exactly what we found. Talking to the other families as well, and talking to you as well, is you can never ever get closure. Of course, to an extent, you can get when you found out now that this is what the court had actually ruled, and obviously they also want to hold the people accountable who actually did it, because we have learned that some of these people are still surviving. They are still around.
Yes, yes, they are.
Well, so inshallah, we hope that justice at some point in time would be served, because that is also what I suppose what the family is actually looking for. But just going back again, and obviously 46 years is a very, very long time. It's a very difficult time, Appa, to actually live through this. And I'm sure there isn't a single day that has gone past where you haven't actually thought of your brother.
No, every day, and we always, every day we make dua that he must be in peace.
Well, he certainly is, inshallah, and we continue making dua as well that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fill his qabr with nur, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him forgiveness, and also Allah ta'ala reward him for the great sacrifices that he had made. Because from what we've learned about his life, that he was a deeply passionate person, he was a compassionate person as well, and he actually cared for his fellow human beings, he cared for humanity, and that was the personality of Dr. Hoosen Haffejee.
Yes,
Well, inshallah, we hope that obviously once the closure is received, and I'm sure we at Salam Media will obviously keep our eye open as far as the story is concerned. We will follow developments. We'd like to see what the National Prosecuting Authority decides now that the court has reached this decision. Now that the court has reached this conclusion, and also looking at the surviving members of the police, the security branch that will be held responsible, we definitely will be following up on the story, inshallah, from time to time. But for now, Apa Sarah Haffejee, we say Jazakallah khairan so much to you for coming on and sharing what you have. I know it is difficult. It brings back many memories going back in the last 46 years. And I know at any given point in time, it's not easy to actually talk about these things. But Alhamdulillah, we commend you for your bravery, for your courage to come on and talking to us here at Salam Media. Jazakallah so much for that. Allah Ta'ala
oh,
also grant you safety, and Allah reward your efforts.
Ameen. Jazakallah also to you.
Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam.
That was the sister of Dr. Hoosen Haffejee in Pietermaritzburg, Sarah Haffejee. And this obviously has been following the Truth and the Reconciliation Commissions on an inquest into his death, and that found that his death was not self inflicted. And this was a decision reached by Judge Nkosi. And the judge, just as a matter of interest, considered the testimonies of other detainees who also endured interrogations by the South African Police Security Branch, and also there was an inspection in loco of the crime scene where an expert had actually reconstructed the scene. Now, this is what we've seen happen even in the case of Imam Abdullah Harun as well, where everything was reconstructed. And this is where the court had listened carefully to expert witnesses. And at the end of the day, these have been the atrocities of apartheid crimes that were carried out, and justice for the victims and families is absolutely important. This is a paramount. And with that, we're going to go for a quick break. It is going to be Jummah Inspirations this morning from the Jamiatul Ulama KwaZulu-Natal. We've got Maulana Muhammad Salaji with our Jummah Nasiha. The time is just gone 8:43. We're going to go for a break. We come back. We'll be in time for the Jummah Nasiha, inshallah.